Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. Once again, it's another segment of Death Drop, Raw and Uncut. You know, my name is Muhammad the Mortician, who dedicated my life passion that I've been given an assignment from the Most High and our ancestors is to bring about the message of the senseless violence that's taking place in the black community with so many black people, particularly black men. Lives are being destroyed. And we're trying to end this senseless violence by any means necessary. The sisters that you see before you, the sister contacted me on Facebook. She saw the videos that I was putting up, and she had wanted to come and share her story about something tragic that happened to her and her family. So once again, we hope that you enjoy the message, and we pray that you share the message, and this is the way we get more people involved in the movement. So my sister, I want to thank you for coming in today, taking time out of your schedule to be with us today, and hopefully that your story will enlighten and be a testament and help someone who may be going through somewhat type of situation that you have been through. So why don't you tell a lot of people about what happened. First, what's your name?
My name is Shaman
Okay,
Brown.
So the Shaman Brown.
Yes.
Okay, now I understand based on the message that you sent me on Facebook, you told me about a tragic story that happened to your loved one. Why don't you tell the people?
I have numerous of tragic stories due to homicide, but the most intense, heartfelt one was losing the father of my unborn child while I was 6 months pregnant. We're losing a lot of young black men, but most of all, we're losing fathers, meaning there's another generation coming up of young boys with no direction, no guidance, no fathers. So it's like history is going to keep repeating itself. Now, to be honest with you, I knew what kind of guy I was dealing with. You know, I love him. We all love our loved ones. But let's be honest with ourselves. 9 times out of 10, the ones that are being murdered has caused another family the same stress, depression, tears, you know, just with another case. Like, we need to stop it all in all together. You know, I mean, I was hurt, but I had to be realistic about the situation. You understand? Like, I feel like my change is going to start within my son, trying to direct him and raise him differently, you know? And that's all I could say. We need to change. We need to change, you know, as a community, as one. We can't just keep saying stop the violence, but we out here dating murderers, and our sons are murderers, and our cousins are murderers, and we hugging them and showing them all kind of love until they in the casket. Then we want to cry. We want to mourn. Everybody at the cemetery. Everybody throwing flowers. Everybody walking around with T-shirts on and pouring liquor. That's not going to do anything, you know? It's not going to do nothing. So we need to be real with ourselves, first off. Be real with ourselves, address the problem, and then direct, you know, our animosity towards the person that's creating the problem. And that's within our own families, our own communities. We need to stop it within ourselves first. And that's all I have to say. You know, we get mad when, you know, when there's an outside race that and a murder take place. We got protesters and everybody on TV, everybody upset, you know, but what happens when it's black on black, or when there's a cousin that killed the brother, or a brother that killed his nephew? Go ahead. What about cases like that, you know?
That's a good point. That's an excellent point. Do your what you have, a boy or a girl?
I have a son. I'm raising a fatherless son. My son never seen his father, never felt his father. He, you know, the only way he would know his father is, you know, if I teach him about his father.
Wow. So you get to see. Do you have pictures of his father?
Yeah, I have a whole lot of pictures hanging around the house. You know, I show him pictures. He's only 2 right now, so he really doesn't understand. Right. So it's up to me, you know, to put in his head who his father and what his father was about. The sad part about the whole situation is, you know, I loved his father. At that time of my life, I was dealing with his father. You know, maybe my life I wasn't living right completely, you understand? I didn't condone a lot of the stuff that he did, but I knew about it. So it's like the legacy. What am I going to tell my son besides the fact that I loved your father and we were a couple and we had you, you know? His father had no work history. He was incarcerated multiple times. But this is the person that I love. You know, I'm being honest with you. A lot of times this is the type of people that we love. Not saying he was a bad person, because there was a reason why he took that direction. It goes back to saying it all starts with your parenting. That's how right. You raise your child. So I'm just being honest with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. That's the God's honest truth. That's my story. And hopefully, you know, I'm not expecting for the, it may not touch you, because we all have situations like this, and I'm not the only person that done been in a situation like this, but it's real and it's happening, and we need to do something about it. If we can't, as a community, let's start within our households first. Ladies, let's start within our households first. Watch the type of men that you bring around your kids. They looking up to. Oh, he got nice jewelry on. He got a $200 pair of sneakers on. We need to start looking at stuff like that. Us history's gonna keep repeating itself. It's gonna go from us burying our boyfriends and our children's fathers to burying our sons, and it's just gonna keep passing down and down and down and down.
Wow, man, that it kind of brought a little tear to my eye. Let me ask you as we close out, and once again, I do appreciate you taking time out of your day, even reaching on me on Facebook to bring your story to me, and I appreciate that with sharing, and hopefully, once again, it will help someone who may be going through the same type of situation. So, what would you like to say as we close out this segment of Death's Drop Raw and Uncut? I know you said everything. If you can give some advice to the young people that's out there, that's involved in the violence, that's committing the violence but trying to get out, or just need a word of encouragement, what would you say to them?
Pray. Just pray. That's all you could do, because it's really no sense of direction out here for our young men, to be honest with you. It's like, and I always say, those who care can't help, and those that can help don't care. So, it starts with, it's really not too much you could say to the young kids. It's like a message to the parents. We got to do better as parents. Right. Our kids follow our, we're their first role models. Yes. So no matter what they learn when they go out into school, in the streets, it all starts at home. Wow. And that's just the bottom line.
Well, I think that's all need to be said. Now, once again, I thank you, Sister Shaman, for coming in. I appreciate it. Once again, family, thank you for tuning in to Death's Drop Raw and Uncut. Remember to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and once again, we're here to finish what our ancestors started. This is Muhammad Mortician. Peace.